Hi, my name is Luigi, and this is a quick video going over some of the, I hope it's going to be quick, it may end up longer, going over some of the ways I capture 360 environments for integrating CG elements into live action scenes. The first one, which I use, I'd say most of the time, is the Mirabal approach, which is fantastically cheap, very unassuming. I use it for a little visiting shot where I can just carry it around in my pocket, place it down where I want the CG element to be, in this case this little visiting character, and capture bracketed shots, and then unwrap this sphere in Photoshop with the Flexify 2 plugin. And the result here is, it's pretty good. Obviously there's some resolution issues, but you do get the entire environment. So you get the 360 field of view, and you also get a decent amount of latitude, which is ideal for using it as a light map. The second option, which is a recent acquisition, is the Theta S. There is another version called the SC, I believe, and it's a little bit cheaper, and it basically does the same thing. I think it can't live stream for as long or something like that. Anyway, so this consists of two 180-degree lenses that capture and stitch together automatically, which is great. Images in 360 and video in 360 as well, which is also handy. The only limitation I've seen so far, other than it taking, I think, a little bit longer to capture the images, depending on how many you want to capture, depending on the latitude of your scene, is the limit to the shutter speed and the aperture. As we can see here, I have plenty of information in the darks, and the resolution, is great. It's a lot better. But as we roll off into the highlights here, we're losing lots of information. That is just one big block of brightness where it should be a little sort of pinpoint sun. And the third option is the most extensive option, the largest to drag around, and the hardest to set up as well. You've got to remember various settings here, and there is another, and where you mount it here. And that is the Nodal Ninja 3 tripod head, which you can mount. It's just a normal like a screw mount on top of the tripod. I take a number of bracketed shots in each quadrant, so 4 sets of however many shots, and then use PT GUI to automatically recognize and stitch everything together. And the result is, that's the other one. The result is, sorry about the color difference, white balance difference here, is really, really high resolution, and really, let me just switch to exposure, and absolutely stacks of information, latitude, dynamic range. So I thought, well, how do these actually compare? So let's chuck them in Orenda. Okay, we have our render of a little robot. It has some metallic and some diffused sort of surfaces here. I have a actual photo of the Mirabal just as a comparison. Just a sphere, full mirror sphere in the 3D application, so we can see what it reflects, and just a sort of a non-reflective diffused sphere, just to see the kind of light it picks up. And as we can see here on the Theta render, it does a pretty good job. We've got the Nodal Ninja 3, which again is pretty good, and the Mirabal, which is pretty good. So for this particular character, I'd be hard pressed, other than the color differences and the exposure differences here, to really notice a massive amount of difference. One thing that is evident is that which is obviously what's going to happen, I suppose, is that the Theta render, as you can see kind of here in the highlights, let me just pick a color that doesn't absolutely match anything. Here in the highlights, you know, there's more information, or there's brighter hotspots, mainly because the Theta just couldn't expose the sun properly. So yeah, I hope this was useful or interesting in some way, and thanks very much for watching.